This video quickly went viral across social media and brought a good amount of attention to a beginner nature blogger. While walking through a park, this nature enthusiast was filming trees and the surroundings as usual. And suddenly, on one of the trunks, he noticed something truly unusual.
This the spot. This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. All right, so look, let me know.
The man managed to capture on video an unknown tiny creature peeking out of a hollow. And you can say with confidence, this definitely doesn't look like any animal we know. And even though many viewers doubted the authenticity of the clip, they still admitted that the work looked extremely well made and appreciated the creator's imagination. Imagine this: you check into a hotel, relax, sit calmly, and suddenly the bathroom door starts slowly opening on its own. I think anyone would be startled. And this guy was no exception. At first he thought he imagined it, but the door kept moving. Eventually he gathered the courage to walk over and see what was happening. And what he saw would make even the calmest person nervous. What was it? A ghost? Someone's cruel prank? Or a hotel employee deciding to surprise a guest? I don't know about you, but I'd probably go check my own bathroom right now. Who knows what might be living in there? This strange short video went viral literally within a couple of weeks. Yes, most of you will probably assume right away that it's CGI. I'm not going to argue, but look closely at how realistic everything appears. Maybe we're not seeing computer graphics at all, but some kind of mutated creature. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Another very short and creepy clip was recorded on an outdoor camera, late at night. See for yourself. Honestly, I'd rather keep quiet and let you try to figure out what this disturbing figure is. Many old abandoned buildings, especially those that once served as special institutions, can hide real horrors inside. And sometimes those moments end up on camera. That's exactly what happened in this old prison. While exploring the abandoned correctional facility, the creator of the video walked down a corridor filming the empty inmate cells. And suddenly, in one of them, he noticed this. A terrifying silhouette of a woman with a strange face and a scarlet dress is sitting inside the cell, and then she suddenly disappears. What could it be? A ghost or a creepy mannequin that someone placed inside and then removed in another take? If you watched very closely, you probably have a guess. The next video is called the clearest and most detailed recording of a shadow person to date. A YouTuber published these frames from a hike somewhere in Indonesia. Let's take a look. According to local legends, shadow people appear suddenly and disappear just as quickly. But personally, I think he just hid behind the others at the right moment. So decide for yourselves, regular tourists or something supernatural. One Indian blogger who investigates abandoned places and everything paranormal went to explore an old empty building out in a field. Everything was going normally until, right at the exit near the structure, he heard strange and frightening sounds.
काम है लोकेशन विजिट करना, तो मैं आपको इधर भी विजिट करा देता हूँ, क्योंकि कहते हैं कि ये देखो आप कौन है? बाप रे, कौन है? जो भी है सामने आओ। कौन है? अरे बाप रे, भगवान मेहर करे, मालिक बचाए। कौन है? ओ बाप रे, ओ भाई, ओ भाई, ओ भाई, ओ भाई, कुत्ते भूख रहे हैं भाई।
From the bushes, something creepy seems to crawl out, a creature in hospital clothing, resembling a zombie, and scares the explorer. The Indian guy clearly did not expect anything like that. A school security guard was watching surveillance cameras when he noticed something very strange. In the hallway, a boy was playing with a ball, throwing it at the wall and catching the bounce. Everything was normal until something completely unexplainable happened. At one point the ball bounces. The boy turns to pick it up, but the ball is nowhere to be seen. Not on the floor, not under the lockers. It just vanished. The kid is completely shocked. Let's watch the footage again. Here the ball drops, and at the last moment just disappears. The guard insists the video wasn't edited, but he can't explain what happened. Either the student acted it out really well, or the ball literally slipped into another reality. What do you think? Write in the comments. This short video, allegedly filmed in a secret laboratory, recently leaked online and raised a ton of questions among viewers. Some are convinced the footage comes from a top-secret facility, Area 51, and shows the results of dangerous experiments. Others believe these are representatives of an alien race that has long been in contact with humans, but everything is kept hidden by intelligence agencies. But personally, it seems to me that this is simply high-quality CGI. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. A girl who was filming her vlog was calmly talking to the camera, explaining how she used to look like a famous singer. But after getting a haircut, according to her, things didn't turn out so well. Everything would have seemed completely normal if at one point a creepy face hadn't suddenly appeared right in the window behind her.
Nunca he sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa. Y es que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito.
In the comments, people immediately started saying it was just a mask. But here's the problem. It looks like it blinks and even shifts its gaze toward the girl. So what is it? Just a clever attempt to chase clout? Or something truly mystical, watching her with bad intentions? As always, I'm waiting for your expert opinions in the comments under the video. One guy, in the middle of the night, heard strange noises coming from the room where he kept a creepy doll. Why he even had it in the first place, I have no idea, but that's not the point. He decided to check what was going on, and, as it turned out, he really shouldn't have. Behind the doll was something black with a wild face and messy hair, like it had just crawled out of a ghost party. The guy, of course, completely freaked out and almost melted from fear. And here's the takeaway. If you own creepy dolls, get rid of them before it's too late. The next unsettling story happened somewhere in the mountains of the Philippines. Dawn was just breaking, and two girls set off on their usual morning hike. At first, they were walking with a group, but as often happens, they stopped to take photos, got distracted, and fell behind. That's exactly where the recording begins. They're running, trying to catch up with the others. While rewatching the footage later, one of the girls realized she had accidentally captured something else on camera. Take a look.
Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Dari mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin kasi maliligaw kami. Gagi, malayo na sila. Wala na.
Do you see that strange dark figure? Almost as if it's racing after them. What it actually was remains unclear. But after seeing something like that, you really start to believe in the presence of something creepy and unexplainable. A Turkish thrill seeker known as Mr. Hart decides to go on a dangerous and unsettling adventure. He heads into an abandoned building where, according to rumors, one of the most powerful jinn resides. They say this spirit can take any form, human, animal, or remain completely invisible. It can open windows, move freely, and do all of this in total silence. While following its trail, the ghost hunter notices something strange in a window. First, he hears a disgusting hissing sound, and then a terrifying silhouette emerges from the shadows. A boy with his tongue sticking out and lifeless, and natural eyes according to Mr. Hart. Those eyes are impossible to forget. That, he says, is the true gaze of a jinn. The moment he looks away for even a second, the figure instantly disappears. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. There's a guy named Xielong. One night, he decided to sneak alone into an abandoned hotel that had been empty for many years. The place, honestly, felt like it came with a sign saying, "Ghosts definitely live here." But that didn't stop Xielong. At first, everything was painfully ordinary. Dust, debris, creaking floors, nothing unusual. But suddenly, he heard a strange sound, and from there, it's better to just see it for yourself. When Zilong finished checking the bathroom and was about to leave, he suddenly noticed a figure dressed in white behind him in the mirror. But the moment he turned around, it was gone. Where this guest disappeared to is unknown. Was it a glitch or something truly paranormal? One thing is certain, after that, staring into mirrors at night doesn't feel like a great idea. While one ghost hunter was exploring an ancient cathedral, he encountered something that could seriously mess with your head. A guy named Red Fox decided to conduct a Ouija board session in the middle of this eerie location. Complete silence, echoing halls, a suffocating atmosphere. Everything according to the horror playbook.
무언가가 여기 있을까요?
And then, according to him, things really started happening. At one point, he heard a noise coming from the corridor. He expected someone to appear, but no one did. The final touch to this hellish performance was the Ouija board suddenly flying off the table. The conclusion is simple. Either someone was playing hide and seek with an infernal upgrade, or, as Red Fox himself joked, the devil left the chat, but forgot to close the door. One guy decided to go on a solo expedition, A tent, a forest, a cooking pot, everything you'd expect. But the night quickly turned into a real nightmare. Waking up in the middle of the night to strange sounds outside the tent, the guy tensed up but decided, half-jokingly, to slightly unzip the tent to see what was making the noise.
Hello? Hello?
When he saw glowing eyes in the darkness, he immediately hid back inside. After mentally running through every prayer he knew, he convinced himself it was just his imagination and eventually tried to look outside again. But that attempt failed too. This time, one of his cooking pots was levitating right in front of the tent entrance. That's when he realized it was time to pack up and leave. While gathering his things, he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him. After returning home, the first place he went was a church. And I only have one question. Why would you ever go alone into a place like that? Now this is a genuinely strange recording from a forest surveillance camera. Not some blurry shape hidden in the bushes, but a clear image, an even close-up. Let's take a look. Despite the video quality, no one can say for sure what it shows: a living creature, a person in a costume, the result of some biological experiment, or even footage generated by artificial intelligence. Many people claim that based on the way it moves, it definitely isn't a costume. Others disagree. What makes it even more suspicious is that the camera starts glitching slightly at the exact moment the creature leaves the frame. The hunter who installed the camera says he has never seen anything like this before. Overall, the situation is sketchy. Whether to believe it or not is up to you. But honestly, the footage is pretty unsettling. This disturbing story happened to a driver who was traveling along a highway at night. Everything seemed completely normal until something appeared on the road that could make anyone lose it. Right in the middle of the road stood a woman dressed in white. Her figure was slightly blurry, but still clear enough to cause genuine fear. Realizing he was facing something supernatural, the driver managed to swerve around her and sped away without stopping. These surveillance camera clips were recorded in the kitchen of a restaurant somewhere in Asia and show unsettling paranormal activity. At first, everything looks perfectly normal, but let's see what happens next. At first glance, it might seem like the chef simply slipped. But if you pay close attention to what's happening near his feet, the situation becomes far more mysterious. Most viewers believe the chef was grabbed by a poltergeist, an entity that, according to paranormal researchers, can interact with the physical world. Whether that's true or not is for you to decide. According to the description of the next video, its author woke up in the middle of the night after hearing rustling sounds in the corner of the room. When he opened his eyes, he saw a giant black spider in front of him. Terrified, the homeowner still decided to try to chase the horrifying insect away. But, as becomes clear later, he deeply regretted that decision. The video cuts off at that point, and it remains unknown what happened to the man and the enormous spider. Hopefully, everyone survived. Another creepy video was filmed by an ordinary woman inside her own home. It all started when she heard strange noises coming from one of the rooms. Deciding to record what was happening, she suddenly saw something that made her heart drop. In the footage, you can see a terrifying head peeking out from a doorway for just a few seconds before the uninvited guest seems to vanish into thin air. That was more than enough to scare her. So what was it? A ghost? A creature from another world? Or just a prank? As always, it's up to you to decide. The author of the next video says he was simply planning to step outside, relax, and take a walk alone in nature. He claims he wasn't looking for trouble and just wanted to enjoy a warm, pleasant day. However, as you've probably guessed, that didn't happen. Walking along a forest road, the guy comes across a strange rabbit sitting completely still, as if frozen in place. It didn't move at all. After that, he noticed how unnaturally quiet the forest had become. And then he heard strange sounds coming from the bushes. Let's take a look. After running for a short distance, the author stops to look around, and at that exact moment, the same sounds are heard again nearby.
He was right there. He was right there.
To this day, no one can fully explain what this man encountered. Some believe it was a skinwalker or a shapeshifter. In Navajo culture, that's how they described malevolent witches who could turn into animals. Others are convinced it was staged and that the sounds were added later. What do you think? I'll be waiting for your theories in the comments. The next disturbing recording was made during an exploration of an abandoned hospital in India. The author filmed everything, but cut out the creepiest moments and uploaded it as a separate video. Did you notice anything? In one of the corridors, a body lying on a gurney appears in the frame, only to disappear a second later. It looked like an ordinary person, but the most unsettling part is that it seems to be staring directly into the camera. So did the author manage to capture a real ghost, possibly someone who died in that hospital? Or are we being fooled again? Maybe it's just another staged video. This paranormal incident happened to a priest who was simply reading the Bible in his own home. Everything started off calmly, but within moments, the situation took a terrifying turn.
Come here, please. Until it starts to happen. Please come here. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask you to leave this house right now. I ask you to leave this house now. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, please come here now. It's happening right now. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, I gotta get out of here.
The priest clearly didn't expect something like this and began asking the entity to leave his home. Instead, the activity only intensified. Objects started moving on their own. Items flew off shelves, and the entire room descended into chaos. Realizing the situation was spiraling out of control, the priest panicked and made what was probably the smartest decision. He ran. What was it? A demon? A poltergeist? Or something else entirely? One thing is certain, whatever it was had zero interest in listening to sermons. This recording was made in the emergency department of a hospital in Medellin, Colombia. In the footage, you can see something resembling a balloon deliberately floating down the hallway all by itself. Its eerie movement led many viewers to suggest that the cause was a ghost child. For many years, hospital staff have claimed that something unusual truly happens in this place. Laughter or crying during the night shift is nothing new for this hospital. Some nurses have said they felt the touch of invisible beings and saw mysterious figures in certain rooms. So are these balloon clips proof that ghosts really haunt the hospital? Or is there another explanation? There isn't much information about the next video, but that doesn't make it any less terrifying. It was recorded late at night in a forest, and the footage captures a strange, horrifying creature standing behind a tree. The figure is deeply unsettling, a red face, white eyes, and a wide, sinister smile. It suddenly peeks out from behind the tree and then slowly retreats back into the darkness. What is it? Hellboy, a demon, or just someone in a costume? Judging by how calmly the video's author behaves and how he approaches the tree, I'm leaning toward the last option. On the YouTube channel, The Highway 9, a video was released with a loud warning in the title, "Never enter caves. Let's figure out why." The author explains that he was walking his dog through the forest when he suddenly came across a cave. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to take a look inside, something he later deeply regretted. First, he encountered a swarm of bats, and for most of us, that alone would have been enough to turn back. But not highway, he kept going. The next thing in his path was a massive centipede, which should have been the final warning.
Oh! Come on.
But he continued anyway, and at the very end of the cave, he encountered something that made him run out in pure terror. A hooded figure was standing there, simply staring at him. In the video description, the author admitted that this moment scared him to death. Who that was and what it was doing there remains unknown. Thankfully, Highway didn't stick around to find out. On December 28, 2024, a highly mysterious video posted by Hollywood Hamilton appeared on social media and quickly gained over 2 million views. Let's take a look.
You want to tell me what that is?
The footage shows a dark, mysterious spherical object flying over trees, followed closely by a jet aircraft. The author claims that just seconds before recording, he noticed two more identical objects flying past, and only then managed to pull out his phone and capture this moment. Despite the massive interest, the nature of this object remains unknown. There is currently no official explanation. So what was it? A UFO, military testing, or just a well-made hoax? The choice is yours. The next TikTok video caused a massive stir online. The clip describes a chilling incident that took place in India during a nighttime bus ride. In the footage, you can hear the driver at the end of his shift asking a woman sitting inside the bus to leave. The most disturbing part is that her face should be visible beneath her covering, but instead, there's nothing but complete darkness. Despite the driver's pleas, the woman flatly refuses to get off the bus. At one point, he states that he has called the police because the woman has no face. This terrifying claim only heightens the tension. Everything continues until the police arrive. However, when the driver steps away to meet the officers and then returns to the bus, the mysterious woman is nowhere to be found. So what was it? A carefully staged setup? A real passenger hiding her face? Or something truly supernatural? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. On this footage, a man comes face to face with a creature resembling a kuyong, a mythical flying being from Indonesian folklore. See for yourself. From what's shown in the video, it's hard to immediately understand what's actually going on. However, you can clearly see one person filming from the bushes while another stands directly in front of this thing, and judging by the situation, he was likely frozen in terror, afraid to even move, hoping the floating head wouldn't touch him. Then, all of a sudden, a sharp bang is heard, similar to a gunshot, and the flying head appears to fall to the ground. Figuring out what this really was is anything but easy. We urgently need help in the comments. One day, a woman checked into an old hotel that had long been rumored to be cursed. She didn't believe in that nonsense and calmly settled into her room. There, on the table, she noticed an old doll. Curiosity pushed her to pick it up and take a closer look. But she really shouldn't have done that. Exactly at midnight, the security camera in her room captured something truly terrifying.
Stop me! Stop me! Don't do it!
Her gaze, her movements, her voice, everything looked as if something demonic had awakened inside her. According to legends, this doll once belonged to a witch whose spirit was trapped inside it. And that night, apparently, the witch found herself a new body. Of course, the whole story sounds incredibly creepy. If you don't know that the video actually belongs to the YouTube team behind the channel Life of Luxury, and those guys, as we know, are masters of high-quality staged content. The next video comes straight to us from Japan. During an ordinary meeting between two girls, something genuinely disturbing happens.
確かにこう、いろんな業界の人もいるし、逆に言えばこう、気に入った女の子にこうちょっと言い寄ってることなんですかね、ねっていうのがあったりするから、いや、私はそうやってこう逆に常連のお客様とかができたら嬉しいなと思います。はい。そっか、こうグリータッチされたりとかっていうのは抵抗がない？全くないわけじゃないんですけれども。それをちょっと冗談に変えられるようなユーモアがあったらいいなと思います。ただお酒がそんなにめちゃめちゃ強いわけじゃないので、思いっきりこう飲んでその場を盛り上げるとかはちょっと難しいかなと思うんですけれども、でも徐々に。
Yes, you're not seeing things. That's an extra pair of legs that doesn't belong to either of them. These ghostly limbs appeared literally out of nowhere, shocking many viewers, and sending them flooding the comments trying to explain the insanity on screen. Since there's no one else nearby, you could assume a ghost simply sat down to have a cup of coffee. But in that case, this looks more like a clever edit. Think otherwise? Then leave your theory below the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. In search of adrenaline, a group of vloggers headed into a valley, overgrown with tall grass, to find a house locals constantly whisper about. According to them, something supernatural has taken up residence there. And exactly at midnight, two vloggers with a camera decided to go inside. Let's take a look.
ก็เก็บของยังไงดีกว่าป่ะต้องเก็บของวะเปิดไฟฉายตั้งไว้เพื่อให้มันสว่างเนี่ยมองไม่ค่อยเห็นได้หรอเอาเก็บของได้งั้นทำไรเอาของน้ำเอาถูกไปเอาถุงอยู่ได้อยู่นะถุงวางอยู่
Scared out of their minds, they ran away in panic, and when they later returned, there was no one there. In the comments, people tried to figure out what it was. Some are convinced. The guys managed to capture a real headless spirit wandering around in search of a way out. But most people still believe it was staged. And honestly, that explanation seems pretty reasonable. Early in the morning on December 12, 2025, a resident of Sandusky, Ohio, USA, named Jessie Berardi experienced something truly unsettling. She lives next to a field and claims that if you see something like this in your yard first thing in the morning, it's better not to go outside at all. Jessie is convinced the camera captured a witch, partially hidden by fog, making it extremely difficult to see clearly, but whatever it was, a person or something supernatural, it seems to be making an object float in midair. Interestingly, there's an old legend in this area saying that Sandusky was once inhabited by hundreds of witches, and apparently not all of them were burned. This lakeside town, with its fog, old houses, and moonlit nights, seems to still be keeping their secret. The next video, which at first glance looks cute and harmless, left many viewers confused. Footage from a home security camera shows a guy seemingly sleeping peacefully in his bed. At that moment, a dog enters the room. Everything looked normal until something strange happens. Some viewers are convinced what happened was a glitch in the Matrix, causing the dog to literally move from one spot to another. Others suggested the guy owns two similar dogs, and the second one approached, while the first hid behind a black wardrobe. But it still looks way too bizarre, as if the laws of physics briefly malfunctioned. Of course, the theory that the video was generated by AI hasn't been ruled out either. So which version is closest to reality? Everyone can decide for themselves. This trail along the lake has had a dark reputation among locals for years. For decades, people have claimed to see a woman in white wandering near the water after sunset. Most, of course, avoid the place altogether. But not the video's author. The man regularly walked this trail with his trained dogs and never believed those stories. Until one day, everything suddenly changed.
Espérate. ¿Quién es este? Oh, shit. ¿Qué? ¿Hay algo ahí? ¿Hay una persona ahí o qué es eso? Espérate, espérate. Oh, ¿es una persona? Aquí, aquí. Thanos. Aquí, Zeus. ¡Quieto! ¡Quieto! Oh, shit. ¡Quietos! ¡Quédense ahí! ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¡Quieto, Thanos! ¡Quietos!
Skeptics might say it was just a person, but the trained dogs behaved extremely strangely and couldn't have faked reactions filled with genuine animal fear. That kind of instinct can't be staged. So now the legend of the woman in white doesn't sound so ridiculous anymore. Two young guys were walking down a street at night when they suddenly noticed something strange. Right in front of them on the asphalt was a perfectly outlined shadow. The thing is, there was nothing nearby that could have been casting it.
Calla, güey. No hay nada, güey. Hay una sombra. Sí, güey. Nadie. Nadie de la sombra, sí. Como que buscarle así.
The guys walked around, looked back and forth, pointed the camera upward, and circled the area, hoping to find the source, but no luck, and the creepiest part, the shadow seemed to be alive. Its shape slowly changes, as if it's breathing. So what is it? A camera glitch, an optical illusion, or a glimpse of something normally hidden from human eyes? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments under the video. While walking through the woods, one guy heard something crunch nearby. He turned around and noticed something mysterious behind an old fallen log. Let's take a look. Who or what is this? The shape of the head, the eyes, the snout. Nothing looks familiar. None of the known cryptids fit this description. As usual, people were divided. Some believe it's aliens, while others think the creator staged the whole thing. Among alternative theories, a certain Smurfs claims it's just a bear with mange, and honestly, that explanation is also believable. Late one evening at home, a guy noticed something creepy and unexplainable under his windows. At first, he thought it was just his imagination, so he grabbed his phone and started recording. But later, when he reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Someone, or something, without a head was wandering down the street, terrifying the cameraman. And, at one point, you can even see that its clothes were stained with something red. So what was it? A prank, a glitch, or something truly paranormal? And terrifying. Another disturbing video was posted by a TikToker who went into the woods with his kids to spend time together, exploring local flora and fauna. Everything started out calm and innocent until, at one moment, the kids noticed something very strange.
Come on, guys.
What's that, Dad?
Let's go back inside. Come on, guys.
In the distance among the trees, you can clearly see a bizarre creature that suddenly jumps and disappears from view. At that moment, the frightened father tells his children to head back home immediately. Unfortunately, they manage to get out of there just in time. Here are more recordings from 2020 captured by outdoor security cameras installed on one of the streets in Ecuador. At first, it might seem like a simple camera malfunction, but things become even more unsettling when another camera captures the exact same scene. In both videos, recorded by different cameras at the same time, you can clearly see a human figure walking along the sidewalk and then seemingly dissolving into thin air. Naturally, the internet quickly filled with theories, from a time traveler to a wandering ghost or even a being capable of moving between dimensions. But computer-generated imagery hasn't been ruled out either, so keep that in mind. This unsettling recording was made on June 4th, 2024, in a public restroom. A guy named Axel decided to turn on his camera and hearing strange noises coming from one of the stalls. He knew for sure that, aside from him, no one else was in the restroom. Let's take a look.
Tampoco hay nada. Aquí pues tampoco. Y acá el lugar es bastante pequeño y está mi reflejo. Pero a ver, uy. ¿Escucharon? ¿Escucharon? No hay nada.
Everyone heard that loud bang, but I'm sure not all of you noticed the creepy face that suddenly flashed through the gap in the door. Apparently, Axel didn't notice it right away either, otherwise he might have needed to urgently use one of the toilets himself after uploading the video online. Both he and his viewers were horrified by what they saw, but to this day, no one has been able to explain what it actually was. One Asian adventure blogger and urban explorer decided to investigate a notoriously infamous city hospital that had been abandoned many years ago, while also checking whether the ghosts everyone talks about actually live there. Rumors say that one of the spirits once belonged to a nurse who mysteriously died within the walls of this hospital. Supposedly, she terrified the rest of the staff, which is why the hospital was eventually shut down. After researching all of this, the brave blogger waited until nightfall and headed into the abandoned building. And here's what he managed to capture.
深吸口气，我知道我拿手机都出汗了。我不管，我操你妈！我操！ 今天我不把玩具给你踩碎了，你他妈肯定不出来干我！我操你妈的！你有能耐让我看看你，咱君子之约，你出现我走。我操你妈！去你妈的！哎呀！啊！我操你妈！整半天是你呀！你进来了。你啊！
The final moment for the blogger was something. Wearing a white medical gown, passing behind a locked metal gate. After confirming all the local legends, the guy grabbed his gear and ran out of there. And whatever it was, homeless people, ghosts, or someone's twisted prank, wandering around. Dangerous places like that at night is, honestly, a pretty bad idea. The next video was recorded by a home security camera. While the family was away on vacation, several cameras were installed throughout the house, but only one of them managed to capture something unexplainable and frightening. The homeowner claims there are no animals in the house. The sliding door leading to the patio was closed. At the end of the video, you can also see a strange dark figure outside, peeking from around the corner. After returning home, the family searched the entire property thoroughly but found no signs of anyone else being inside their house. So then what the hell was it? Waiting for your theories in the comments. Those who believe that giants don't exist, what would you say after watching this video? The clip was uploaded to TikTok about half a year ago and quickly went viral. It all started when a guy simply wanted to capture the beautiful lightning flashes in the night sky over the city using his blurry phone camera. And imagine his surprise when he noticed that massive silhouette. Yes, many people are convinced it's fake, but there are also those who believe that giant beings are very real and live among us, trying to avoid any contact with ordinary people. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. A guy named Kyril Leon was filming a completely ordinary TikTok video, giving a tour of the hotel room he was staying in. He had no idea what his viewers would end up noticing. In the footage, a strange shadow is clearly visible, resembling the silhouette of a small child who suddenly runs into the bathroom. However, when Kyril follows right after, the room is completely empty. So what was it? A ghost? A trick of the light? Or just another setup made for views? Let us know what you think in the comments. This incident was shared online by a guy named Ricardo and immediately caught attention because of its unsettling atmosphere. That night, he was simply texting his girlfriend and sending her casual talking videos with no hint of anything paranormal. But at that exact moment, something truly disturbing happened.
Me voy y todo, ya quiero dormir, yo tengo sueño, pero tiene la luz del pasillo prendida y mi mamá está escuchando un video.
At first, he didn't notice anything unusual and only realized later, while rewatching the footage, that someone or something had been watching him. After that, Ricardo started keeping a kind of video diary, regularly uploading new clips and documenting all the strange things happening inside his house. In one of the videos, unexplained knocking sounds can be heard, but the most attentive viewers notice something else. For a brief moment, an unknown dark figure appears right outside the window. This only increased his fear, and he admits that moving around the house has become more and more terrifying. Continuing to take photos, he once again manages to capture something unexplainable, this time inside a storage room filled with random junk and trash. Many people believe that the same paranormal entity appears in all the photos and videos, following the guy wherever he goes. But where it came from and why it wants Ricardo's house remains a mystery. A young man had only recently bought his own house, but he already regretted the decision. It all started with strange noises at night, creaking floors and the constant feeling of someone else being there. However, in early June 2025, things suddenly got much worse. One night around 3 a.m., he was awakened by a DVD disc that suddenly fell off a shelf. On another day, he was looking at his hairstyle in the bathroom mirror when he noticed something hiding behind the glass of the shower door.
Holy shit, did I just get that on camera?
But even that wasn't the most extreme moment, because the poltergeist clearly wasn't planning to stop. It openly showed who was really in control of the house.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. My shot glasses.
It feels as if something is playing with him, appearing and disappearing, yet never leaving the house. So the guy is left with only two options: accept what's happening or pack his things and look for a new place to live. Late at night in Australia, not far from Melbourne, a man was driving along an empty rural road. Complete darkness, forest on both sides, and a damaged road ahead. Suddenly, he has to slam on the brakes because an unknown dark figure is standing right in the middle of the road.
This. Seen way too many movies for this shit. Oh. You're a fucking psycho, mate.
At first, the driver thought it was just some crazy person trying to scare him. But when he illuminated the figure with his headlights, he noticed that it appeared to have no head. In the end, the man managed to get away safely, but that encounter still haunts him to this day. Was it a cruel prank, or did he really come face to face with something supernatural? People can definitely be strange and unpredictable, but what was captured in this recording, like reality itself, malfunctioned.
Dude, this is weird as fuck. This is so weird. What's going on? I was like, what the fuck?
A small group of people appears completely frozen in place. No movements, no conversations, just total stillness and eerie silence, as if they had turned into statues. Meanwhile, passers-by walking nearby don't seem to understand what's happening at all. Viewers immediately link this moment to a Matrix glitch, as if these weren't real people, but video game characters frozen due to a simulation error. However, don't panic just yet. Digging a little deeper revealed what was actually behind this creepy scene. It turned out to be a simple prank organized by local creators for their YouTube channel. This footage was recorded by a guy named Clay while he was heading into the subway in Singapore one evening. He had no idea that an ordinary metro ride would turn into a nightmare. After staring at this terrifying face, Clay got scared and quickly turned the camera away. Later, he shared the clip on several online forums. Commenters suggested that someone might have been watching him for a long time, until he finally noticed the surveillance. But who needed this and what was wrong with that face remains unknown. The next clip was recorded by an outdoor security camera installed near a nightclub somewhere in Chicago. In the footage, you can see a woman seemingly noticing someone that no one else can see. What happens next? See for yourself.
Pero ellos me han dicho que no han visto nada, es más, hay un acercamiento a la puerta de la barra, estaba cerrada. Ha sido completamente raro, extraño. No sé, no hay explicación de esto. Claro, pero yo sé que me dice que él es el que hace la verificación por video, ¿no? Pero no. La verdad que es algo muy raro. Es muy raro.
The woman suddenly gets thrown to the ground and starts crawling backward, as if something is chasing her. Several guys rush over to help her, even though there's no visible danger nearby. Some believe she really encountered a ghost, but most people agree it was likely a panic attack, possibly caused by the use of illegal substances. This video was recorded by a woman from France. That day, while standing on the balcony of her apartment, she noticed something strange in the sky.
Just see.
When the image is zoomed in, many people see a human-like figure. Some believe it's a witch flying on a broomstick. Others suggest it could be secret technology hidden from the general public. What do you think? Be sure to share your theories in the comments below the video. The following footage, taken from TikTok, shows a nighttime drive down a dirt road and an unexpected encounter with an unknown object. Whatever it is, it's clearly moving, which suggests it could be some kind of animal. However, no matter how hard I tried to make out any clear features, it was completely useless. Nothing makes sense. It's just a visual mess. Among the many theories, some say it's a giant crab, an overturned turtle, or even a real-life skinwalker. What do you think? This video was posted on Reddit. According to the author, it was recorded by an outdoor security camera installed on a ranch located on his friend's private property. The footage was captured back in October 2018. Late at night, a strange, tall and thin creature appears on camera, quickly walking along the farm. The ranch owner claims that people are rarely seen there, especially strangers. On top of that, very few would dare to trespass onto private property. That's why he believes it was something paranormal. Some real chaos is happening inside this house. According to legend, an exorcism ritual was once performed here to expel a demon from a young woman. But it seems the entity didn't go far and instead chose to stay behind, waiting for new visitors. A group from a YouTube channel obsessed with paranormal content went to explore this abandoned place and captured some truly creepy footage.
Barulho? Tem alguma coisa aí, velho?
Cara, tem alguém.
Opa! Se afasta.
Isso? Ai, meu Deus!
Olha isso, cara!
O boneco, velho!
Cara do céu, ela tá dentro do berço, cara!
Tá olhando pra nós, velho!
Meu Deus!
At first, a disturbing doll appears, as if the demon is using it to send a message. Then, a chair suddenly starts moving, and things only get worse from there.
Meu Deus, cara! Mexeu ali, velho!
A cadeira,
cara,
a cadeira.
Mexeu ali. Meu Deus, cara! Cara do céu! Vem junto.
At one point, a baby crib simply disappears. The team checks the level of paranormal activity, and that's when absolute madness begins.
Olha lá! O que é aquilo lá?
Cara, que isso? Olha ali, cara! Olha isso, cara! Meu Deus do céu, velho! Olha isso! Que isso, velho? Vocês estão vendo isso? Vocês estão vendo isso, cara? Ah, meu Deus do céu, velho! Meu Deus, cara! Cara do céu!
The doll either floats, falls, or seems to ascend into another world. Either way, one thing is clear. I would have run out of there at full speed. This terrifying abandoned hospital in Indonesia has been closed for 22 years, but its dark past still sends chills down people's spines. Long ago, doctors worked here who were rumored to be connected to secret cults and conducted experiments on living people. They say that hundreds of patients died within these walls every day, and their organs were secretly sacrificed to some dark entity. Eventually, the rituals were exposed, all involved doctors were sentenced to death, and the hospital was permanently shut down. Now, decades later, another explorer enters the building to find out whether paranormal entities still roam its halls. Let's take a look. The footage clearly shows something horrifying peeking out from the bathroom. Terrified, the man tries to run and hide, hoping to protect himself from evil spirits, but that clearly doesn't help. Realizing that something is literally following him step by step, he decides to leave, but the entity continues to chase him.
Sawadikap. Sawadikap. Lamay. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the Wahai sang goib yang ada di sini. Wahai sang goib yang ada di sini.
What was it? Spirits of the past, the aftermath of dark rituals, or just the imagination of a disturbed mind? As always, the choice is yours. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. On October 10, 2023, a baby monitor recorded a young girl playing with her toys and talking about her day. Essentially, it was a small video blog where she shared stories and plans for the upcoming week. Everything would have been fine if that day hadn't captured a moment that deeply disturbed the entire family. The footage was uploaded by the girl's older sister. Let's watch.
I saw my friend the other day, and we went on a walk, and we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a walk with her.
About halfway through the video, something suddenly distracts the child. You can see how frightened she becomes, but thankfully she manages to run away before a dark figure flashes across the background. The sister insists that no one else was in the room at the time, leaving the question of what it was completely unanswered, just like what originally scared the girl. One of the biggest fears for any mother is seeing something dark and sinister following her child, something that can't be explained. In this footage, we see a young girl playing with her older brother outside late in the evening. Their mother is recording them on her phone. Did you notice anything strange when the boy jumps out from behind a rock? A dark shadow suddenly appears behind him. Despite its large size and glowing eyes, it seems that no one present noticed it at the time. Only a day later, while rewatching the video, did the parents spot the shadowy creature and experience real horror. On the outskirts of Riverland in South Australia, this curious moment was captured by outdoor surveillance cameras. The camera was positioned across from a cemetery entrance and recorded this at exactly 5:03 a.m.
Wow, she just got teleported there, no sh**, and she's ready to walk again.
Suddenly, a female figure in a strict business outfit, holding a briefcase, appears next to a column and calmly walks away. Many believe this is nothing less than time travel. Others think the woman simply teleported to this location.
I can see her on this camera. Bang. I seen her. Wow, she just got teleported there, no sh**, and she's ready to walk again.
However, the most attentive viewers noticed something suspicious. Almost an entire minute of footage mysteriously vanished. So what was it? A sneaky video cut? Or are we really looking at a time traveler? What do you think? A Japanese researcher exploring an abandoned hotel enters a small room that appears to have once belonged to security staff. Using an old radio, he tries to make contact with someone or something. At first, everything is quiet, but then a strange noise signals that he's not alone.
なんか鈴の音みたいな。
At some point, it feels as if someone is moving toward him. The tension rises, and the man decides to search online for more information about the location. But at that exact moment, something terrifying happens. Completely terrified, he packs up his equipment and quickly leaves the abandoned building. I assume that was the end of his investigations for good. This short video clip was uploaded to TikTok relatively recently. Let's take a look. At first, The creature is hard to see due to the poor video quality. Judging by the constant shaking, the person filming was extremely scared. Once the unknown figure turns sideways, some features of its appearance become visible. Some believe it's an animal, comparing it to a Malayan sun bear or a large rabbit. Others think it's just a costume and that we're seeing a child dressed up. However, there are also viewers who are convinced the strange creature is an unknown cryptid. What do you think? I'm waiting for your theories in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. A lone rock climber was making his way up a rocky surface when something unusual suddenly caught his attention. There was a narrow crack in the rock, looking very much like the entrance to a cave. Curiosity, of course, got the better of him, and the man decided to get closer, having no idea that he was about to witness something that would stay burned into his memory forever. Out of the darkness, an unknown black entity suddenly emerges. It doesn't look like a human or an animal, more like something in between. Personally, it reminds me of the goatman, a half-man, half-goat creature. It almost seems as if the creature is afraid to step into the light. And perhaps that fear is exactly what saved the cameraman's life. But what was it really? A legendary mythical being people are afraid to talk about? Or just someone wearing a costume? I'll be waiting for your theories in the comments below. This video first appeared on TikTok on the page of a woman named Laura. For several months now, her family has been experiencing disturbing and unexplained events. At first, it was just strange knocking and creaking sounds, but over time it became clear something had settled inside their home, something that could no longer be ignored. And not long ago, they went through a moment that is genuinely unsettling.
Shit. Oh, what happened? Dude, run. There's a guy inside. Okay. Run. Hey, where's your sister? She's in her room sleeping. She's inside? Yeah. Dude, look. There's a shadow right there. What the heck? Told you there was somebody in here. Amber, baby, come here. Amber. Dude. No. What was that? The door just closed over there. Amber. Baby, come here. Are you in here? Oh, dude. Like, hold it. Get back. Oh my god. What is that? Someone's at the front door. No idea. Go to the front door, yes. Dude, nobody's there. No one's at the front door. Who rang the doorbell then? It's knocking, but there's nobody there. Dude. There's no one there. Should I open it? No. Oh, the noise is coming back. It's getting louder and louder. Oh my. Now it's the doorbell.
Everything happening in this video are absolutely terrifying. And whatever this thing is, it's becoming bolder and bolder, as if deliberately showing who's in control. After this video was posted, Laura stopped appearing online and completely disappeared from her followers' radar, as if she chose to vanish. Or perhaps someone forced her to stay silent. This video was recorded on August 29, 2025, at Talimena State Park in southeastern Oklahoma. A group of campers had set up their campsite and were relaxing when they suddenly heard strange sounds coming from the forest, resembling footsteps. It was already well past midnight, so the group became alarmed and decided to check who, or what, was moving around near their camp.
Ahí van allá para aquel lado, Tania. Los grabaste. Ahí están, míralos.
Se fueron para acá, a este lado.
A este lado, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ahí se escucha. Ahí se están escuchando.
Cuidado.
Cuidado, compa. Parece que eran 12.
On the footage, two large figures can clearly be seen. They appear humanoid and have brightly glowing eyes. The creatures slowly move through the forest, completely unaware that they're being watched. Many believe the video shows real Bigfoots following their usual forest route. Others argue that the footage quality is too poor to draw any conclusions. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. A well-known Reddit user, famous for posting strange and confusing videos, uploaded a new clip to his page, recorded back in May 2024. A well-known Reddit user, famous for posting strange and confusing videos, uploaded a new clip to his page, recorded back in May 2024. In the description, the author explains that he simply stepped out onto his backyard deck one evening when he suddenly noticed a seagull glowing with a blue light, as if the electricity was passing through it. Strangely enough, the bird didn't seem bothered at all. The uploader insists it definitely wasn't someone's laser, so how can this be explained? A man woke up in the middle of the night and saw something beside his bed that could only exist in the worst nightmares imaginable. A horrifying head of an evil-looking old woman was sticking out from under the bed, staring directly at him. The man froze in pure terror, completely unable to move. The video cuts off at that moment. He swears it was definitely not a human. However, most viewers who watch the clip believe otherwise. A young couple, Valeria Souza and her boyfriend Diego, decided to spend the night in a hotel in Colima, Mexico, a place long surrounded by chilling stories. The building used to be a hospital, and according to local legends, spirits still roam its halls. Around 3 a.m., during what many call the witching hour, the couple decided to try contacting the spirits by phone. It's unclear where they got the number, but somehow they managed to reach someone.
Se supone que aquí era un hospital antes. Así que pueden pasar cosas. Continuamos con la llamada. Le estamos marcando otra vez. Bueno. ¿Te podemos ayudar en algo? ¿Ocupas ayuda? ¿Quién eres?
On the other end of the line, a loud and terrifying voice answered, At the same moment, the lights in the room began flickering on their own, and something slammed hard against the door.
Empezó a decir el nombre de Diego, creo.
Vale, ya.
No. ¡Ah! Cierra, güey, neta, cierra. Cierra. No te lo están marcando. Güey, tengo miedo.
In a panic, Diego and Valeria ran out into the hallway, but that's where things became even worse.
No hay manera en la que haya sido otra cosa. Güey, nos están pasando cosas muy raras.
Ya, apaga eso, man.
Vamos a literal salir al pasillo porque están tocándonos la puerta horrible y ya tenemos mucho miedo. Vean, o sea, esto está...
Siento raro.
Los pasillos están... Espérate, no corras, espérate, Diego. O sea, vean los pasillos. Uy, no.
The door to their room suddenly slammed shut, and then swung open by itself. What was happening looked so unnatural that there was no doubt. It wasn't a draft. Terrified, the couple fled the hotel, fully realizing that the paranormal is not something to mess with. Footage from a surveillance camera in Mexico shows an unknown dark figure. The way it moves leaves many viewers completely confused. Let's take a closer look. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary person, but the more closely you look, the stranger it becomes. Some believe this is direct evidence of an extraterrestrial being. Others say it's a ghost, pointing to its semi-transparent appearance. What it truly was remains unknown to this day. The next video comes from a TikToker who claims he experienced a series of deeply disturbing events inside his own home.
Stop knocking, and there's nobody there. His door keeps banging.
According to him, he kept hearing strange knocking at the front door, but every time he checked, there was no one there.
Nobody's there. Go away! Ooh, that was right over my shoulder. Who's
Things become even creepier when he decides to go upstairs.
I know what you're doing. It's not scaring me. It's not scaring anybody else. You need to leave now.
And when he steps out of the bedroom, something truly horrifying happens.
This again. Okay. All right, if you're gonna play these games all night, I'm not gonna play. I'm not doing this.
Just before all the doors slam shut at the same time, a black shadowy figure can be seen flashing through the room he had just left. The man claims he didn't notice it at first and only saw it after rewatching the footage. And if this video isn't staged, then something seriously unexplainable is happening inside that house. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Usually, haunted houses are nothing more than props, actors, and fake scares. But this house is different. Behind the plastic skulls and fake cobwebs, something real seems to be hiding. Visitors expect actors to jump out at them, but the moving shadows captured here don't belong to any staff member. Here is footage from a surveillance camera installed in one of the rooms. You can notice that every time the figure turns its head, the lights in the room begin to flicker. Everything happens so suddenly and ominously that even an employee working at the attraction runs away in panic. Another disturbing video was recorded in the same house not long ago, on September 8, 2025. While commenters argue whether this is real or just hype, the owners claim strange things have been happening there since day one. That's exactly why they decided to open a haunted house in the first place. The morning at a car dealership started like any other. Employees were going about their business, mostly just killing time. Suddenly, one of them heard strange noises coming from a pickup truck. Naturally, he grabbed his phone and went to investigate. The man couldn't believe his eyes and even opened the truck bed. But inside, there was nothing, no people, no animals, not a single sign that anyone had been there. After that, theories began to spread. Some believe it was caused by air pressure. Others insist it was something paranormal, and some think it was a carefully staged setup for views. Either way, before getting into your car, I'd recommend checking the trunk. You never know who or what might be hiding there. September 6, 2025, North Texas. A powerful thunderstorm is raging outside, lightning tearing through the night sky. Around 10 p.m., several witnesses noticed something strange among the bright flashes. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a... Oh,
What is that? Wait.
What the
Oh, that's a tornado upside down?
That's what it looks like, like an upside down tornado, dude.
Hey, I'm gonna flip the wild rage. And it's moving.
What
no,
the
it's an airplane. Girl, not the little motherfucking airplane up there.
I told
you, babe. Boy, is there somebody flying?
Some believe it's an alien spacecraft, possibly recharging itself using lightning. Others think it's simply an illusion created by light and shadows, with the rest being our imagination. However, this isn't the first time strange silhouettes have been spotted inside storm clouds, and with each new video, there seem to be fewer skeptics. Another disturbing clip from social media. In the footage, a popular Malaysian blogger is live streaming when something terrifying suddenly happens.
Kita tak dapat lagi pasuk wifi. Nampaknya bateri sudah mau habis bah. Kita charge dulu. Torch. Sekejap awak semua. Saya kasih charge dulu. Sino doon na ano. So ni ialah Mia punya bank. Seru. Oh, pantai. Sorry. Yeah.
While she's talking to her followers, the lights in the house suddenly begin to flicker. If you pay close attention, during the flickering was a dark shadowy figure entering the room. Then there's a loud door slam. But the most horrifying part involves her friend. The girl begins acting extremely erratically, as if something evil has possessed her. The video cuts off there, leaving viewers to wonder how it all ended. It's almost 3 a.m. A camera inside the Brandy family's home captures something that sends chills down your spine. But let's go step by step. It all begins with the bathroom lights flickering. The parents, awakened by the noise, assume their daughter simply got up to use the restroom. However, in the morning, they realize the child slept through the entire night and never left her bed. That's when the family decides to review the footage, and that's when they discover something truly terrifying. On the video, the lights flicker again, then a pale, tiny face appears in the doorway. A second later, a small black figure seems to step out of the bathroom. It pauses briefly in the hallway, and then simply dissolves into thin air. Even the family pet looks shocked, staring at the scene in fear. What do you think? Is this fake, or something truly paranormal? A strange light anomaly was also recorded and uploaded to one of the popular social media platforms. A mysterious glow from a streetlight first descends toward the ground, then hovers in place for a few seconds before moving to the right and completely disappearing. The person who uploaded the video claims it was captured by an outdoor security camera somewhere in the United States, and they have no idea where the light came from. What do you think? Is it real or just editing? Let me know in the comments. And in the next TikTok clip, a guy with a camera attached to his pinky finger crawls under his bed to retrieve a lost sneaker. You can easily understand his reaction when he suddenly sees someone's legs standing on the other side of the bed. That was completely unexpected. I don't know if this is staged or not, but it looks absolutely terrifying. Just an ordinary evening. People are calmly reading the Quran in a mosque. The atmosphere is peaceful and serene. But suddenly, something truly creepy appears in the frame.
Kita ni tengah ngaji ni weh. Aku Herwan sekitaran masjid. Apa ni weh? Apa ni weh? Weh, apa ni weh? Weh, ni. Sumpah weh. Boleh wah.
On the upper floor, the cameraman notices a strange figure. Someone dressed in black with a pale, disturbing face, standing there and watching them. The man panics, unable to understand who it is or why it's there. And the worst part is that just seconds later, the figure simply walks away. Another mysterious clip appeared on TikTok and has remained one of the most discussed videos among horror fans for weeks. In just 6 days, the video racked up 24 million views. It was recorded late at night, and it shows the creator pointing the camera toward a coconut palm tree, where something strange and unsettling can be seen at the very top. It looks as if someone is sitting on the top of the tree, but who could climb that high? Some viewers in the comments suggest it might be a duende, a type of goblin from Spanish folklore. Others believe it's just an optical illusion, a trick of the light hitting the tree in a certain way. What do you think? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.